All right, part 2. Okay. If you did not see my part 1, I'm basically answering questions from people from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. A few little side groups that I'm in. I have a lot of questions that needed to be answered. This is my 2.5-year update, but I'm answering questions for you. Okay. On part 2, I am answering questions that I received about like frizz and married locks and interlocking. I did this because my first video, I did all of it together and the video came out to 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That would have took forever to upload. You would get tired. You would have hit next. You would have missed answers that you possibly wanted because you just couldn't take no damn more of me. This way, you get me in doses. Okay? Part 2. Miss Chica 711. Hey, boo. She asked me on Instagram, how did I combine? Okay. This is how. This lock. Okay. This lock was thinner than this lock. They're right beside each other. This lock, the thin one, I wasn't having any problems with it. It just was whenever I did twist recently, I was feeling like it was. This one was, out of all my locks, the misfit. She little, okay? She's the preemie. She little. And I guess because she was right here on the corner. This was the lock that was right here on the edge, right here. That just got left behind. The other one on this side, she good. She thinks she good. She good. This one just was a little small for me. And I want all my locks thick. So I combined them. How I did that was I just took the skinny one and then took the thicker one beside it. I put my finger through the root of the thicker lock because that's the one that's holding the weight now, okay? For the two of them, okay? This is the backbone, okay? I put my finger through here and then I took the skinnier lock and went through this hole where my finger is down, okay? Now you see, it's through that hole I just created. And then I pull all the way through. All right. After I did that, I took my finger and went through again, but in the opposite direction. So not the same up and down. I went now sideways. Okay. But I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to interlock it anymore or do them together anymore. But this is just telling you how. So after I went down in it, I put my finger through and went sideways in it. So now we got an even, leveled lock. You know what I'm saying? Process. I did it that way, back and forth, up and down, then side to side, up and down, then side to side, until I couldn't go anymore. And I'm not going to do that here, so now I'm just going to pull this lock back out the hole that I created. Okay? That's how we got this situation. Okay? So now from that point on, it's growing together from the root together. This has already started to lock. This is real hard right up in here. They're already doing what they're supposed to do. And they're going to grow out like this. And I don't mind them being too like that at the ends. I don't mind it. I think it's unique. I like it being different. I did the same thing on the one that's back here. I showed y'all this little guy before. And this has already started locking. I'm sorry. This already started locking. This right here is locked already. This whole thing right here is solid. That's locked already. These two are shorter, of course, because I did this a while back. And they're doing just fine. Okay? And that's also to answer the question of how many locks I have. I answered it on the last one, but I know I'm going to get the answer on this one. I have 52 now with 54. There are 54 locks on my head, but now I have 52 because I just showed you those two that are now combined. Okay. All right. My next question is from Nataza. Last name appears spelled Ahyathan. I didn't want to chop your name up. Okay. She asks, how do you prevent frizz? And if you do, or if you had it, how did you fix it? I don't care about frizz. As you can see, my hair is frizzy all over. And I'm also in that process of not twisting for 6 months. So I haven't, other than this braid out I did this braid out probably about 3 weeks ago, I think, or 2 weeks ago. I haven't done anything else to it since then. It's been rained on. I've been rough with it, meaning I don't wrap it, but I put my bonnet on it every night. But I haven't done anything else to it. And you see it's frizzy. What I do to fix frizz, see if I can find one that's got like a lot of extra hair around it. I don't really, because I usually fix it when I come across it. So it's gonna, okay, here's one. All right. So you see all this hair, all this free hair right here? That's not a lock. It's just fluff. I find the lock that's closest to it, or that it feels like it came from. I kind of pull and make sure that it's parted. I don't use combs or nothing. And I just take this extra hair and I wrap it around that lock. Hopefully you can see. All right. So I'm just wrapping around. And that's, now it's wrapped around there. All right. And I'll do that wherever I find any extra at. Like just chilling, I might be playing with my hair, watching TV or something. If I come across it, I'll just take it and wrap it around just like that. And even if you have frizz that's down the shaft of the lock, I apologize in the last video, but my dog is snoring. If you hear that, that's what it is. She right here beside me. Okay, so see, this one has frizz on the lock. Okay, I just take that and just do the same thing. Until I can't go no more. And now it's pretty much gone. Of course, it's not going to stay like that. That's why I don't even make it a big deal. Because it's not going to stay like that. When I go to wash my hair, all of the loose stuff that I just fixed is going to wash out of being wrapped, because I wash my hair so, like, you know, aggressively to get it like really clean. It's all going to come out. So I'll just do that when I come across it to try to train it, because that's really what it's about. Even if you don't have locks and you want your hair to do a certain thing, if you continue to do it with your hair, eventually your hair will do it on its own. Like, I know a girl who had a mohawk who did her hair in the same style every day. Her hair is about this long. White girl. She put gel on it and comb her hair up into like this mohawk or whatever. Shaved on the sides every day. She came to work rushing late one day. Didn't have the time to put the gel and stuff in her hair. Do you know her hair still was kind of like standing up and flopped over because it's so used to being up like that? Same thing. All you basically trying to do is get that extra hair that's bothering you, wrap it around for the time being, and just know and trust that it's probably going to do it again, but you got to be all right with it because it's hair and it's just going to do what it's going to do. Okay. Next question from Paigey Vanessa on YouTube. She asked me, any advice for newly locked people? What do you do when your locks try to marry at the root because of not retwisting often? I don't really have that issue as far as the marrying, because as soon as I get out, well, I guess this is why I don't have that issue. When I wash my hair, as soon as I get out, I'll do like this. Just kind of like pull, you know what I'm saying? Each one away from each other. I don't take my hair down. Like I just pull, you know what I'm saying? Just to make sure, and you might feel a little pop of hair here and there, but that's all I ever really do. I never really had them to try to actually merge like two for real, for real. And also I think that's because I wash my hair faithfully like every 2 weeks, so they really don't get a chance to really do too much of just being stationary and being able to do that. And any advice for newly locked people? Just go with the flow. That's what I kind of wish I did more so in the beginning, because your hair is going to lock regardless. There's nothing that you or anybody else can do to prevent that from happening if that is what you are going for. As you know, even people who are not going for that, like if you're in the hospital for a long period of time and you're, you know what I'm saying, laid up in the bed for a long period of time, your hair's gonna lock. If you put braids in your hair and you leave those braids, like, you know, synthetic braids or fake braids, yarn braids, whatever, in your hair for a certain amount of time, they're gonna lock whether you want them to or not. So the advice for newbies are just go with the flow, for real. Like it's fun. I had a lot of like self-conscious moments in the beginning, because I started from real short hair. I went through the whole thing. Um, and I kind of wish I wasn't thinking that way in the beginning, where I'm just like, oh, my hair looks like this, or oh, you know what I'm saying, I'm not cute today because my hair just is crazy, or I need to put a head wrap on today because I just don't want nobody to see it. If you need to do that because it makes you comfortable, go ahead, but just embrace it and love your locks for what they are, because they're yours, they're your hair, they beautiful. Like everybody's locks are beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Like even the ones that people don't consider beautiful, they are. Like it's an amazing thing. So just take it as that. Okay? Not everybody has the patience and the drive to do this. So if you want that process, just accept that and keep it pushing. That's my advice, okay? And also, don't let nobody tell you what to do with your hair. Even if you're going to a loctician, and I've never been to a loctician. I've maintained my dreads by myself for the whole entire time. Nobody ever has been in my hair. And if you let somebody start your locks without you giving any input, don't do that. That don't do that. They're yours. That's just your head. That's your expression. That's your hair. You definitely want to know what you are going for so you can tell somebody, if you're not going to maintain them yourself, what you're going for. Because if not, they're going to do your locks the way they want to. But they don't have to live with them. They just have to maintain them, but they don't have to live with them. You do. And to get rid of them, you either have to cut off your hair or lose a lot of hair in the process to try to comb them out. Not the person that's getting your money to do it. You feel me? So that's the other advice for newbies. Like, just don't let nobody just rule your hair. Please have some type of input in your locks. Okay? All right. Sajana Ottman on YouTube, she asked me, well, she said, beautiful. What do you think about interlock method for maintaining locks? She also added, my locks are too thin. What is the best way to combine? I've never combined other than the two that I showed you. So I don't know the best way. That is completely going to be up to you, your hair type, what amount you already have, what amount you're trying to get to, or what thickness you're trying to get to. Because you could take 2 locks and twist them together to make it thicker. You could take 2 locks like this and just twist them like this to make them thicker. Tie them at the ends, or put a, I don't know the answer to what you would do at the end of it. That's on personal preference. My boyfriend just knotted his up at the ends, and he's cool with that. And then just let them grow. And the roots are going to grow together regardless. And this right here is going to take some time for these to merge together. That's going to take time with you washing them and just maintaining them to keep them together like this. You could do it like that, or you could do a braid, you know what I'm saying? And this is just suggestions that, I don't know. You can braid it down, and that's going to make it even thicker because now you have 3 locks. But if your locks are really thin, you know what I'm saying? That's the way to do it. Now you got a real thick one. Well, I would, because of the thickness of my hair already. If yours is a little bit thinner, you could do 4 or 5. My boyfriend, he has some that he went through and did four locks together. And he was already like 14 years in, so his hair was already long. And it took actually like a year and some change for the braided, twisted portion to actually start to merge together. The other hair off jump is growing in now together as one lock. But the other, it took a little bit of time for him to see some type of, change in that. But now they're locked. Okay. And the last question for this go. She's getting it in, ain't she? The last question is from Laura Coleman. That's my honey. She's so sweet. She asked me, how do you tame hair that comes out of the locks? I have quite a bit. I'm currently at the moment going 6 months without retwisting. So at this point, I'm not really concerned about frizz or taming anything because I'm going 6 months without twisting. I think I showed y'all, where I just find a piece and I did, and just twist it, around when I find it. They're pretty much, your locks are going to be frizzy. They just going to do that. I mean, it's hair. All of it can be in the neat. If you do get it, you a beast. If you have frizzless locks and they all tamed and perfect, you are something else. I'll try this one. This has been this area right here has been a problem. Well, not really a problem because I don't really care anymore. But all this right here, it keeps coming out, and all I keep doing is just keep grabbing it and just twisting it and twisting it. Because like I said, it's all about training that money. And I just leave it like that, and it's good. And like I said, when I wash it, it's gonna come back out, but it's all good. All right, so I'm wrapping up this one. I have one more video for y'all. My last one. And that one is going to cover, I'm just double checking. Because I don't know. Make sure I got y'all straight. All right, the last video is going to be on products that I use in my regimen and my lock jewelry. So, meet you over on 3.